Look, this error is a common one, but everyone is facing this because of different aspects. So I'll cover this topic from every single aspect, which will give you a 90% chance to resolve your issue. Before starting, I want to clear again. Look, everyone is not a pro user of PC. And by that, I mean maybe you saw this video before. So the video seems funny, but at the same time, when I was finding the solution in community posts, I found this. A guy posted his PC specs along with the same problem and said he will pay a reward if someone resolved it. While this conversation was going on, a guy came and asked him to show the back image of his PC. When he shared it, maybe an inbox because that pic is missing from this chat, then the guy who came with the solution shared a reel. The same reel I showed you here. And after that, the guy said fixed, but now he's facing another problem. Anyways, at this point, make sure you're not doing the same mistake. Now he's facing this version of Vanguard requires UEFI SecureBoot to be enabled in order to play. How to fix that? Now, obviously, I covered this topic many times, but quickly, let me tell you. You must need a pure UEFI setup. What I mean by that is, look at this function on the screen. So you need UEFI enabled plus disable CSM plus enable SecureBoot plus TPM. This is the pure UEFI form, and once that's done, your Windows must be installed in GPT partition scheme. If not, you can't boot into Windows because UEFI can only read GPT partition scheme. Well, after watching that reel and conversation, I can clearly say many users are still confused on what to do. First of all, you need to check out your partition scheme and UEFI mode. To test UEFI, click on Windows, search, then type System Information and open it. Inside this, look for BIOS mode. It must be UEFI, and SecureBoot state must be on, not off. Now, third thing is partition scheme. So I told you about CSM, right? So yeah, even if your BIOS mode is set to UEFI, you can still boot MBR partition scheme in UEFI because of CSM. It's kind of a bridge between UEFI and legacy where you can boot MBR in UEFI. So to verify this, click on Windows Search and type Disk Management. You will see something like Create and Format Disk Partitions. Just open it. At the bottom, you will see disk numbers. Now, each disk is a physical hard drive, either HDD, SSD, or NVMe, that is physically installed in your PC. And in front of that row, you will see drives. So in my case, I use the C drive for Windows, which basically helps us to identify whether we are using disk 1 or 2 as a primary drive for Windows. Like this way, we can find if our Windows is installed in GPT or MBR, which partition scheme we are currently on. In my case, disk 2 contains the C drive and also EFI system partition and recovery partition, which basically primary disk contains. So right-click on disk 2 and go into its properties. Then go into the Volumes tab and look at partition style. For me, it's GPT. You might see MBR if it's MBR, and in the system information, as I showed you, the BIOS mode is UEFI, then probably your CSM mode is enabled. And in this case, your SecureBoot will still be off. In easy words, if I can clear it up here, we need to know whether we are using UEFI pure mode or legacy, which supports MBR, or UEFI with CSM mode. Basically, these three modes currently we can set in BIOS. Now in my case, as you can see, BIOS is UEFI, which is clear that I'm not using legacy. Then our partition is GPT, and lastly, SecureBoot is even enabled, which verifies that my system is purely on UEFI. Now sometimes even GPT partition scheme and UEFI combination shows SecureBoot as disabled, even if CSM is disabled too. So that's kind of a SecureBoot glitch which often occurs. You can resolve it by going through the description video link where I explain each solution for that too. Next up is the command method. So basically, these commands are just reverting Windows to normal driver enforcement mode. If someone had earlier messed with these settings, maybe for mods, hacks, or testing unsigned drivers, Vanguard will fail to start because it hates anything that lowers driver security. By running these commands, you're restoring the default state so Vanguard loads fine. Open CMD as administrator, then type these two commands one by one. bcdedit, set test signing off. And second one is bcdedit, set nointegritychecks off. Once that's done, uninstall Riot Vanguard from the tray icon or control panel. After uninstalling Vanguard, restart your PC. And once PC boots up, launch Riot Client and it will reinstall Vanguard. It takes a few seconds depending on your internet speed. Around, 300 to 500 megabyte file is required to download. Once that's done, it will again prompt you to restart your system. After restarting, you can come back and play Valorant. That's it, guys. All these solutions I covered are based on gamers who faced the same issue. Lastly, some users also reported that creating a new, fresh administrator account can resolve this issue too. So give it a try one by one and let me know which method works for you. Till then, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.